Okay, first up, what this reading is about. You have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Page of Cups reversed, and the Chariot. So there was some type of opportunity. Now, it could be financial, but I'm kind of almost getting like, I don't know if it was almost, I don't want to say something that your heart was set on, but it could represent a little bit of romance as well. But there was something that I think that you were really either looking forward to or really had very high expectations, and it kind of hit you a little bit in the feels a little bit more. So I don't think it was just like some logical, rational opportunity. I think it was something that your heart's desire almost. But for whatever reason, it didn't really work out right, because with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, this indicates that, you know, almost like a missed opportunity or something wasn't quite right. And with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, I think there was too much either codependence, or you weren't, I don't want to say standing up and doing your part as effectively, but there was, maybe you were letting somebody else run the situation, or somebody else had control, or you felt like the way you had to go about this had to be determined from somebody else or something. So it wasn't so much as you being independent with this and you kind of calling the shots yourself. I think there was somebody else involved. And with the Page of Cups reversed, I just think this was an idea that with the Chariot, I think you were moving forward. And I do think you're still, because the Chariot is here, so I think you're still working on this. I think whatever it is, you're not done yet, but you have these obstacles that you need to overcome. I still think you're on the journey, but it was definitely something that maybe you're a little hurt about, you're a little emotional about, you're a little upset with, you're not as happy, it's not going as well as you had originally anticipated, and it's kind of getting you, it's hitting you in the feels a little bit. You know, for whatever reason, you weren't really standing on your own, and you're kind of getting down on yourself, but I still think this is still making progress. It's just, you know, it's taken its time. It's kind of, you're hitting some of the obstacles. But currently, in your current energies with this situation, you have the Ace of Swords, and then you have the Lovers reversed. Now, I think you're having kind of a little bit of a new idea, like a little bit of a mental breakthrough with this, or you're thinking or deciding that you're going to go about it a different way, whatever this is. But the Lovers reversed indicates, I think, because you had the Nine of Pentacles here. So I'm thinking, I'm not saying that there was somebody else involved, but if there was a type of partnership or some type of relationship, I think you might be deciding that you can't have that person or that situation play out the same way. Because I think it was almost like you had high expectations, but for whatever reason, it did not work out. And I think it wasn't working out because there was this other like person or situation kind of involved in this. Whatever this represents for you, I think somebody else was a little bit involved, and it was causing some kind of disharmony and disconnect. And I think you're seeing that clearly. Now, this could even be somebody's negative opinions. You know, so maybe somebody was getting into your business, like you were telling whoever about whatever you're doing, and they were kind of a naysayer and they're talking you out of it, or they're just, you know, raining on your parade. So for whatever reason, though, I think you're kind of realizing that, and I think you're kind of choosing maybe not to have somebody involved, or maybe not share certain things, or just kind of, I don't want to say avoid somebody regarding this, but somebody, and I do think this is somebody that's kind of closer to your life, and this could be coworkers too. Sometimes we spend more time with coworkers than we even do with our own family. So, but I think you're deciding that you're going to shift something up, and you're going to kind of go about it a little bit of a different way. And if you have to almost like disconnect from somebody else to do that, I think that you're realizing that you might have to do that, or not have them involved in this. Now, what's coming in for you though, which I like, is the Five of Wands reversed and the Moon reversed. Now, I feel like with the Five of Wands reversed here, this is saying that I think a lot of the conflict, competition, drama, BS, whatever was going on, I think it's kind of dissipating now. And I think the Moon reverse is saying that you're actually going to start seeing clearer of this situation. So whatever's happening, coming in for you, I think the fog, the mist, the blur, you're going to start to kind of have an idea what the hell's going on. Because if there was somebody causing you drama or a group of people, I think you're going to actually start seeing what was going on a little bit clearer. So I think this is really good. And to me, this is saying that if there was some BS with a different person or something, some funny business going on, I think it's going to start relaxing. It's going to kind of calm down. And I don't want to be like, it might be more of like a rational type of energy coming in for you, but there might be a little bit more like, I don't want to say logic, but a little bit more adulting. I kind of feel like this is a little bit more adulting, because I think if there was any BS or whatever, you're going to start to realize, or you're going to see a little bit clearer this situation. And I think sometimes that causes people to have to actually own their own stuff and be a little bit more responsible and a little bit more sound of mind. So I definitely think that's extremely positive for you. But your challenge regarding this, you have the Nine of Wands reversed, the Page of Swords reversed, and then the Five of Swords reversed. So the Nine of Wands reversed is saying that your challenge is really going to, I think you're going to be very tired and worn out for whatever this is, but you need to not give up. You know, your challenge is to not just be so worn out and so frustrated that you're just going to say the hell with it. So you kind of have to hang in there, and you have to remember why you were hanging in there to begin with. But the Page of Swords reverse also indicates you got to watch that either you or somebody else is not kind of be a little bit, I don't want to say manipulative, but a little immature, but in a manipulative kind of petty kind of way. So you might have to be the one that's like being the bigger person, or whoever else. You just might have to watch that somebody's not trying to be like petty and like manipulate you and kind of be a little like, you know. So because I think that kind of energy might be making you feel super worn out, like you don't even want to deal with this anymore, and almost like ready to give up. But the Five of Swords is also in reverse. It's also about kind of making amends as well. So I think whatever this was, I think it's your challenge is to almost like recognize if somebody else was kind of being petty and almost like be the bigger person. I'm not saying forgive and forget, but you know, sometimes you just can't cut everybody out of your life occasionally. You know, sometimes some of these people, they're going to be with you for the rest of your life, for good or bad, whether you like it or not. You're stuck with some people, you know. So I just think that if there was some type of pettiness, kind of like manipulation, like conflicts or whatever, I think you're going to have to kind of resolve some of it. Your challenge is to kind of resolve it, maybe let it go, and just kind of still remind yourself why you're doing this to begin with. Because I definitely think this is something that really is close to your heart. So because what's recommended for you, you have the Page of Cups again, but this time it's in the upright, and you have the Ace of Wands. So it's recommended to just follow your dreams. The Page of Cups, he's a dreamer, you know, he has this idea. He wants to create it. Like, he's very creative. He's very in tune with what he wants and just, you know, like his heart, you know. So I think this is, and the Ace of Wands is all about taking action on something, you know, being inspired, following your passions. So this is just saying that be inspired to follow your passions, you know, go with what your heart wants, you know. This is recommended for you to do this. Don't give up, especially because you have the Nine of Wands as your challenge in reverse here. It's like, don't give up, you know, because some of you might be feeling really, really depleted, because I think, especially because the Lovers is here, even in reverse, it's just whatever was going on with somebody else or a group of people or whatever. It's kind of this, I don't necessarily know if I feel like this is a love reading, but I think this hits you in the feel. So I feel like there could be like a friendship group. It could be a lover. Maybe it's your husband or wife or whoever else, you know, whatever ship you want to say. But I think something is hitting you a little bit in the feels with whatever this was. I don't think it went as well, but I think you're seeing maybe that certain aspects that weren't going as well wasn't quite your doing, or there was somebody else involved. But I think this somebody involved is a little bit, I don't want to say closer to you. So, but I think you need to continue to pursue this forward. And let's get what the rest of the cards say. I'm going to pull them out right here. So you had 65, Whale Spirit, Trust the Great Mystery, and 20, Dolphin Spirit, This and That Are True. So these are both sea creatures. Isn't that nice? I think this is saying you just have to trust yourself and don't be so much in your head. Like, if you're trying to figure out what's going on or what's going wrong or whatever, you just have to sometimes go with the flow. So I think the Whale Spirit, he just goes with the flow. And the Dolphin Spirit, This and That Are True. I just think it's almost like, this to me says almost like a matter of perspective. You know, like your perspective is true, but this, whoever else's perspective regarding this, maybe their perspective is true to them as well. So it's almost like I kind of get the feeling, especially because the Five of Swords reversed here, is like you might not win this argument or this battle. You might not get this person to really see things your way, but I think you need to kind of stand up and do it your way or see it your way and know that your way is not wrong. It's just your way type of attitude. But I think there's almost like having to be a little bit of a, oh, so Jade here, be the bigger person. Yes. So almost like being the bigger person a little bit, you know, kind of being like, okay, well, you know, I don't agree with this person. They don't agree with me, but I'm still going to do it the way I want to do it. But at least, you know, I understand their perspective type of attitude. So yeah, so be the bigger person. And then you have cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. And I wonder if whoever else is involved in this, if they have this outdated thinking, or you're just replaying this event over and over and you're not actually thinking about, well, how to fix it or how to push it forward or move it forward. So, but I do think somebody might have a difference of opinion here a little bit. And it just might be like a little bit, I'm not saying an old school, but a different kind of way. And you might want to do something a little bit different. So, and then you have abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude, bliss. And that's really going with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands here. Because I think you just have to keep like believing in yourself, believing that you can do it. And then you're going to do it. Then you also have dark side. Don't hide yourself away. And this is just saying, like, your challenge here is the Nine of Wands reversed. Don't give up, you know, don't hide what you're doing. Don't like be afraid, you know, you're definitely, whatever this is, I think this is something that you really, really want. And I love that the Chariot is here in the beginning, because to me, this is saying that you're not giving up on it. You just might be having a moment, you know, you might be taking a moment, like even if it's a little pity party for yourself. Sometimes we need to have these little pity parties, but then you got to get up again. So I think this is saying that, you know, don't stop doing this, even though you hit up some obstacles. Now you have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And I really think that this is going with the Page of Cups here. I think this is worth exploring. I think your feelings for this are really true and really real. And I think that you need to remind yourself of that, because I think that is going to help you overcome some of these hurdles just because your heart is in it, you know? So that's excellent. Now, obstacles are opportunities in disguise. Exactly, my friends. So any obstacles you have here, you have the Chariot, you know, you have the Nine of Wands reversed. These are all opportunities in disguise. These are opportunities we don't really want to have because they're obstacle opportunities, but you could still be positive and see them as the opportunities regardless. Now, for your affirmation card, we have, today I will breathe. Today, as I face challenges, I will call a mental timeout. I will consciously breathe with my eyes closed and focus on slowing my inhalation and exhalation. Let me read that again. Today I will breathe. Today, as I face challenges, I will call a mental timeout. I will consciously breathe with my eyes closed and focus on slowing my inhalation and exhalation. So that is, you just might need a moment. Take the moment. And now for your spirit of the dish that shall be with you during the situation, you have the spirit of the Ace of Sides, which is the spirit of the, I would say it's the salsa. Okay, so now your dinner and a movie that's recommended for you. You have drama, films, and Mexican food. The energies that you either need to be aware of or tap into is you have Aries. And Aries is all about that initiation, that energy, that spark, like that initial setup or start of something. And Aries can kind of be a little stubborn. Like I'm an Aries, and sometimes we get like tunnel vision, you know, like if I want to do something, I'm going to try it. I might not finish it. I don't necessarily always have the long haul game, but that initial spark for something, you're like, I'm doing this. So I think you need to have that kind of, that spark, but also a little flexibility, because Aries is not really like a fixed sign. So it's a little bit more movable, you know, because like the goat or the ram, it just kind of moves around, you know, it's climbing the rocks, it's just moving around. So you might need to kind of not see the path as like point A to B. You might have to see the path as point A to point A1 to point A2 to point A3. And, you know, so you might have to kind of have a little detour in a way. And you also have Capricorn here. And this is very like work focused. This is kind of like that planning, that kind of long-term steady commitment to something. So it's that kind of energy of knowing what you want, knowing that it's going to take time to to get to whatever it is, but you have to put the effort and work in and stay positive and almost dedicated. That's what that is saying to me. Now you have Uranus here, which is about independence and eccentricity. And I think there's something with you having to be a little bit more independent with this. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with kind of coming outside the box a little bit. And then for this, we have what you have to, this is the South Node, and this is what you have to release. So there's some things regarding this that you might have to kind of, I'm not saying release as to like get rid of them fully, but certain things you might have to change up regarding this. And you also have number 3. So this is an odd number. So that means a special guest that will be out here shortly answering your question today will be the Magic 8 Ball. Think of those questions, Libra, and he'll be out here shortly. Oh, and then you have the leaf. So you have the leaf here. And this is about, this one jumped out. This is about having to like let go of things because the leaves, you know, the trees shed the leaves. So there's something that might have been in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. But I think whatever this is, there's something that you need to shed and let go of and kind of move on from that, unfortunately. But sometimes it's not unfortunate, you know, it's just hard in the moment. And we have faith. And I think this is saying that you just have to have faith in yourself, you know, have faith in your dream, your vision. Oh, I just moved that. It's okay, whatever. And just have faith in your abilities. Okay, guys, here he is. It is time. Think of those questions. Oh, mystical, magical 8 Ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Libra's question? It says, yes, definitely. There you guys go. The 8 Ball has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful day, week, month, year, lifetime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.